We find it funny how black women always want to talk about the black man, but as soon as the black man starts disrespecting the black woman, oh, well, he hates women. He has to be gay. Well, blame the mother because it is a cycle in the black community. If the father is in the household, 9 times out of 10, the black women don't want to listen to a man because the white people have taught black women you can do it on your own. You don't need a man. So when a man tells you to shut the up because he sees something that is about to happen and you don't listen, you run the man away. Nobody wants to listen. Black women do not listen. If we want the black man to be in the household, we are going to have to learn how to take a back seat and close our mouths. Me especially. I had to learn the hard way. We run the men away because we've been taught to be so masculine and nobody wants to take accountability. Black women, you are the issue.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? So I got the whole fam with me today, and this morning, I don't even look at the thread most of the time because it beeps so much that I put it on pause or on mute because we always talking as a family. But today I decided to start some things up, and I put on a clip, which you'll see in a second, that talks about how black women need to, shut up and listen? Is that how she phrased it? How she phrased it, Link? What'd she say exactly?
I really wasn't listening.
That's what she said too.
No.
Exactly
I said I wasn't. Let me finish. I said I wasn't listening because I actually didn't listen to it at all. But stereotype that I could chime in without even listening to the conversation and knew exactly what y'all were talking about. So there you go.
You know what? Let's just go. Listen, I was going to do an introduction, but right there, I can't just let that slide. I can't let that slide. She just gave y'all a prime example, right? She jumped on the phone. See, can't even talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, she jumped on the phone, she looked at it, then watched the video and already made up her mind of what was going on. Now, think about this. When you have you having your conversation, if you already got your mind made up, you ain't even listen. You got to listen to absorb and not to react. You know what I'm saying? Off top. That's off top. In on that joint.
I can chime in.
Yes.
All right. So my personal opinion, and again, it's my personal opinion. I don't think it's just black women. I just think that black women are set in a stereotype, and because we're stereotyped a certain way, it's excluded black women. But you have Latina women that are like that, white women that are like that,
100%.
Indians. Everybody does that, but because we are deemed to have to be more independent and more strong because how society has set us up is deemed as this is only us. Now, me personally, also, I believe, and this is just me in general,
right?
I'm not about to just sit back and let nobody talk to me any type of way either.
Yeah, I understand. So I don't think nobody should. But that's the breakdown.
But that's where the issue comes in at, though.
Hold on.
So because you stand up for yourself.
I just want to see something. So do you think that, so what you're saying is you took that as that if a man tells a woman or calls her a certain type of name, she should just shut her mouth and just deal with it? Because that's not what I got from it. I don't think nobody should do that as a human being. But you said talk to you any type of way and you just take it.
So from what she was saying, based on what the girl was, and I even went back and I ain't fully watched the video.
Right.
The first time I did fully watch it. But when I went back and I looked at it,
right,
she just said, like, an example that she gave was her being in the way of something about to happen, and because she ain't listened to the man, she lost the man. Like, that's basically what she said, or is right. Anyway, like I said, you ain't about to talk to me any type of way.
I don't think nobody should.
But that's what I'm saying, though. People, I think that's the biggest issue is you standing up for yourself.
That's both sides of that's both genders, though. There's men that deal with nonsense. Listen, I'm gonna keep it 100. Let me keep it 100.
About black women.
I know we talking about black women, okay, we get specifically on that. So I think everybody on this call can say that that's a stereotype that's not true. I mean, like, there's women in every culture who got something to them. You know what I'm saying? So to your point, I agree. You know what I mean? I think that she shouldn't. I think that she should have said women. You know what I'm saying? All lives matter. she should have said all women is the scenario, because it's not just a black. It's not it's not just for Black women. Like I said, I've been through my spectrum, 31 flavors at Baskin Robbins, and I had all of them. You know what I mean? Like, so, and there's been, and you will find somebody who's like that. It doesn't matter where they're from. It's just how they brought up. It don't matter what color you are, how you raised. I mean, that makes a difference for real, to be perfectly honest. Angel, what you think about that? You in a successful marriage, married woman, and like, I know everybody goes through ups and downs and things of that nature, but what's your take on, from a standpoint of the power dynamic in a long-term relationship? And is there really a power dynamic?
People bring a lot of their baggage to relationships.
Right.
It doesn't matter the color, the race, people have issues. And
Agreed.
Until people's issues can be healed, whether it's the man or the woman, a successful relationship is not possible.
That part.
Period.
Absolutely.
But I think that y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but like most of the time, everything's gonna be cool. But so it's about how you handle it when it comes up, like disagreements. Like, is it
communication?
It's communication. So like I said, I don't argue. I'll have a discussion with her and be like, hey, so what's going on? Okay. Because I'm trying to get something fixed. I'm trying to have some productivity. If we argue, nothing's going to get accomplished. I promise you, because we both mad. Now we take sides on it. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, well, I'm better. I win. You win. No, don't argue.
Absolutely.
So sometimes, and I think a lot of times what gets misconstrued with women is that they don't understand that their delivery sometimes can make a man feel a certain type of way and just turn them off. And now it's about to be an argument. So, and they might not even know it. So that comes on a man's thing too. You got to communicate what's bothering you.
Absolutely.
Enough, it might not be fixed. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the person. But
and not just communication, but effective communication.
All
communication
is
not effective.
All
communication is not effective.
That's true.
Number one, both parties need to be an active listener, right? And then sometimes, both parties could be on the defense, busy thinking about what they're going to say or reply.
That's it. That's it.
That you're not listening. You're not comprehending,
right?
Because you're on the defense,
right?
Or you got to get your point made. So effective communication is key. Active listening is key. Even if you have to repeat back what I think I heard you say. So, babe, what I think I hear you saying is blah, 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 blah.
The mirroring.
Blah, 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 blah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what they call mirroring.
There you go.
I feel
that's good stuff. Go ahead.
Problem because a lot of people, like I said earlier, a lot of people listen to respond instead of listening to understand. So you listen to the stance and you understand where they're coming from and what they're saying. Now you can respond instead of just listening to respond where you know what they're saying for real. You just responding off of how you feel. You haven't even heard that. So like,
absolutely.
So what you saying though, it's like if you in the middle of an argument and you got a point, but somebody cuts you off, you hold on to that point so hard that you didn't even listen to what they say. I can't wait till you stop talking and move your mouth so I can put this back out there. And y'all doing the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. Ain't nobody hearing nobody.
And nobody's hearing
Ain't nothing. And both of y'all mad. I'm upset. I done wasted my time because we ain't getting nothing fixed. Now I'm mad. And on top of that, I know I ain't getting nothing tonight because you got an attitude. Like, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't fixing nothing. You got to sit down, like, for real. And we going to talk. That's what I say. I tell Shorty, I don't argue. I will talk with you all day and I'm going to listen. And you have to listen too. And when the video came on, it was like, yo, we don't listen. Well, I took from it, and that's the thing about, and that's another same thing with text messaging. It's your interpretation of it. Absolutely. So like there were so many different interpretations of that videos, and I found that interesting. My interpretation was like, not shut up, like, hey, shut up. You better shut your mouth. I ain't take it like that. I took it like maybe that it was nagging, right? You know what I'm saying? Like as far as fussing and everything. And there's a difference between having effective communication. That's the word of the day. I got you, Angel. Effective communication, and you just fussing. Because, like, if I'm listening and you got something that's bothering you for real, if I'm your mate, then that should be important to me too. But it's your delivery on how you say it. It's going to turn me off. It's going to be two different ways. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what color you is. And not, like I said, with different women, if it's how you say it, a man off top, because a man wants to be respected first. So if you come off any different way, come any disrespectful type of way, he's gonna be turned off, even though you might not admit that. So sometimes you gotta do some self-prognosis, and sometimes you gotta ask questions of your mate. How do you feel about when I do this? If you really want to get better, if this is like a reoccurring thing, if you want to fix it, it's not gonna happen naturally. That's my 2 cents on that. Right?
Well, before this this goes on, I love you guys. Thought we was gonna do this at 7:30. I have something to do. Stay black, stay blessed, and I love you guys.
Love you too, cuz. Be safe out there.
Bye-bye. In the streets.
But what people don't understand is it's not just your voice, it's your actions, your body language.
Inflection. Yeah, body language too.
Yeah, if I come to you and I'm like, hey, we need to talk, and you're like, you ain't said nothing out your mouth, but your actions have already turned me off. So as when I came to you, cool, calm, collect, wanting to have a conversation, now I'm like, well, you know what? Don't worry about it. I want to talk to you. You know, and now you think I'm fussing, but you don't realize subconsciously that you initiated the argument because of your
Hold on. Can I ask a question? Can I just ask a question? Yes. Have you ever gave him that feedback?
Yes, it's a lot of people that.
What feedback I'm talking about? What feedback you think I'm talking about? Just to make sure you know what I'm saying. What feedback you think?
Sir, when I come to you to have a conversation, your body language throws me off, and you think I'm fussing, but your body language has already thrown me off. So now I'm not even in the positive space I was in trying to fix it, because now I don't care about fixing it. And because what's your attitude for? You see what I'm saying? Because, so I got an attitude because you acting like you got an attitude, but you're saying I ain't got no attitude.
Isn't that crazy though?
Your mouth
rolling the
eyes.
Isn't
right
that
there?
crazy?
Yep. Right. May I say something to that right there? So it's 2 of us on the line, myself and Darlene, who have been married for a long time. And I want to say something to that. And this is, listen, I'm pro women all day, but I'm pro Bible first. So I want to say something that hopefully we can all understand here. Sometimes when you're dealing with your mate, not sometimes, but when you are getting to know someone and you're in a relationship with them, right? You spend time getting to know them. You spend time learning about them. You spend time to figure out what makes them tick, what makes them laugh, what makes them do all of these things. Well, this day and time, unfortunately, maybe the investment in becoming friends and cultivating a relationship doesn't take place because it's so physical. You're just hopping in the bed with people so quick, and then you have a soul tie, and then when you're not hearing each other and things popping off, it can't work. But when you spend time to invest in a relationship, sometimes we really have to learn to pick up on that mate. For example, when I need to talk to my husband about something serious, I can look at him and know if this is the time or not. So sometimes we have to study one another. Then hopefully he can look at me and know when to come to me and say something that I may not want to hear. So it's really showing that respect, like Terry said, men have to be respected the same way that women have to be respected. It's equal opportunity. Know when the right time is to have conversations, pick up on their demeanors, because if they just had a hard day at work, I already know when and because he works from home, when I hear what kind of day he's having, it could be something pressing that I need to, address. And I'm like, I'm gonna leave that joke alone today, but tomorrow, so sometimes, sometimes I think that may be where the demeanor comes from when because I've experienced it myself, like, hey, can we talk? And it's like, oh my God, okay, what do you want to talk about now? It's like, God dang, all I said is, can we talk?
But you already got that mindset. You already feeling that way. Like anything that come my way right now, I'm chewing it up. Please don't say nothing to me. And the thing about it is, though, Angel, real quick, like you said, people, but we know this about each other, right? Like, I'm not married to nobody right now, but I can know when something off, and I can read. People read each other, right? If you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, if you have a husband or a wife, you could pick up on the change of the weather. When the climate changes, that means something different, right? So, like, when it comes down to it, is there situations where that that your significant, like Angel said, you respect, Greg, like, look, you see it, you leave it alone. You think that some people don't care how somebody feels in the moment because they feel like what they have to say is more important than how they feel.
Yeah,
the other person feels.
Of course.
And why is that though?
Selfish.
Like, how would you want to be with somebody that you feel that's so selfish? So you shouldn't be in a relationship, period.
No other word than selfish, right? But Jamal hit the nail on the head earlier when he was talking about respecting and honoring each other. And unfortunately, it's so much to contend with right now. So many distractions, so much to contend with, that we're in a time where everyone feels entitled.
Yes, because it's a gratification.
My opinion matters. My thought matters. Right now, you're going to get it because I want to say it right now, or I want to do it right now, or
it's right now. We are being wounded right now. If you think about Amazon, right? Amazon is Santa Claus, right? It delivers all the packages on one night if you wanted to. So instant thing, Uber Eats, DoorDash, boom, boom, boom. Everything's instantaneous. Social media. You can look on this. If I don't like her, I can flip this one. I can flip to this one. I can flip to this one. Until I find somebody I like, I can talk to. Everything is this, grab. So when things come hard and you have to work for it, you don't know how to do it. And that's why I look at it from society, from the younger crowd, like, listen, man, we had it tough, but y'all about to have it worse. Like, nobody's like,
they don't want to put the work in. With that 1,000%.
Yep. And then there's a war outside between men and women. How did that happen?
It's so easy to just hop, skip, and jump to the next that nobody is willing to put in the work.
Nobody's willing to budge.
Nobody's willing to put in the work, and nobody's willing to self-reflect and see what their flaws is. Everybody is so quick to point out someone else's flaws, but you can't look at yourself and be like, dang, maybe I am a little, maybe I do. I am a little combative. Maybe I do snap. Maybe I do
reflection
talk before I listen. You see what I'm saying? It is very, very hard to sit back and look at yourself and not look at yourself as perfect. Even though everybody says, oh, I know I'm not perfect. But in retrospect, you do think you're perfect because a lot of people do think, no, what I'm saying is right. I don't care what you say. I don't care what nobody say. What I say is right because it's right to me. And that does not equate.
It. That's not real. That's not real. You know what?
I think,
go ahead, Arlene.
Society has made it easy. Like I think we were saying earlier about, I don't know if she said the BBLs or whatever, but society has made it so easy for you to want to fall in love with the representative and not the actual person. So I'm falling in love with the outside of you. If things are never going to be 100% in a relationship or in a marriage, that's where you work. When you go to your job, you work at your job to try to get a raise or try to be that partner or whatever. So why would you not put that work in your marriage or your relationship? But it's so easy for you to be like, oh, this joker that made me mad. Let me go over here and get on this Instagram model and see what's out there and go into somebody's inbox. And it's so easy. And I feel like a lot of females do make it easy for guys to cheat. Because if they stand to their grounds and want to be in a relationship, a committed relationship, and want to be with someone, because I look at my marriage like this. I want to be with someone that I'm going to grow old together. I'm going to be in that rocking chair. Me and you, we're going to rock together until we like 80 years old. It's not where as though I'm going to be in this relationship this minute, you make me mad, then I'm going to go to this other relationship. I think
that's everybody's initial plan, but keep going. I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is you have to put the work in to make a relationship work. Just because it's hard in the beginning doesn't mean that you jump ship.
That's true.
You continue to try to make it work, and you have to. And I think Angel said too, you coming into a relationship with not even really knowing the person. So it's two individuals trying to learn each other. I need to know what makes you tick. You need to know what makes me tick. And it's all about communication.
It's also about being honest too. Like, you gotta be honest with yourself first, right? Number one, the first thing is, if somebody has flaws that like is tapping you, or like think about a water faucet when it's just dripping, eventually that sink is going to fill up, and eventually that's going to happen. But some people will look past so many flaws they see in a partner just because all they want to do is have that tunnel vision of we gonna get married. And that's why you see the divorce rate the way it is. You know what I mean? Like, there's no work to it. You live in it wasn't, you didn't have a foundation to stand on that you built the house on. Like, you gotta think about what you're doing. But we know that. And I had to go through it, and I learned, I took my licks, my lumps or whatever else. But the thing that scares me about this next generation is, with all the social media and everything like that, and there's all these other options, and they can do X, Y, and Z. And then on top of that, what makes it worse than anything else is the embarrassment on social media. When I mean my embarrassment is, like, whoever does what to who puts that on the video, and then that person is ridiculed. So now I don't want to get in there because I don't want I don't want to be embarrassed in case I'm feeling like I might have strong feelings for somebody, but I can't be vulnerable because I'm afraid that I'm gonna get fried up. You know what I'm saying? And then now I'm a prisoner of my own thoughts, living my own depression. You know what I'm saying? Depression is no joke, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, if you've been through it, I go through it. You know what I'm saying? Regrets and everything add up. Depression to me is like seeing where you could have been and looking where you at. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm gonna say about that as far as that's concerned. So, like, if I see that and there's a war, it's really a war going on between men and women right now. It's insane. I've never seen nothing like this. It's insane. But go ahead, Wayne.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays are showing people the representative. You know how, like, when you first go out with somebody, like when we were a little bit younger, you showed a representative for maybe like a month or two, you know what I'm saying? So you can bag the girl or you can bag the guy. Let me put on my best foot forward. Now I'm going to be honest and say, I don't do that. A lot of people do. I don't, because
I don't either.
I want you to like me for me. I'm goofy, I'm ratchet, I'm family oriented, I'm submissive, I'm all of that. And that's who you're going to meet, because I'm not going to change up who I am for anybody. I'm not going to conform myself for anybody. You see what I'm saying? Because you can never say that I switched up on you. But when people like people, especially nowadays, they show you someone who is like a snake skin. You see what I'm saying?
I see both sides.
It's I'm gonna show you, oh, well, I know she like, because you can be on social media. So you don't even have to ask the questions, because if you're on social media, you're on Facebook, 9 out of 10, all you got to do is scroll through their Facebook and you already know what they like, because they show you. So I can automatically
they show you what they want to portray. First of all, they show you what they want to portray.
That's true.
That's not them for real. Trust me.
No. What I'm saying is, like, if I post, oh my God, I love Burger King. You see what I'm saying? Girl, Burger King, I went to Burger King last, I'm just using an example. I went to Burger King last night, I got a Whopper, blah, 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 blah. And the first place this joker want to take me, babe, I'm a gentleman. I'm a plan the date. Where you want to go? Oh, no, don't worry about it. I'm gonna take you to Burger King. Girl, he knew I wanted to go to Burger King. You see
something, man. And if the first date you want a woman, y'all take her to Burger King.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
That's all I'm saying.
If you look at it though, you're gonna be like, dang, he already know what I like. He ain't have to ask me where I want to go. He ain't da. But the only reason he already know you want to go to Burger King is because he's your friend on Facebook.
Jump on that. Yeah, please.
I think I feel like 95% of this is all based on like social media and what like the news and what everything's feeding us. Because if you look at all the shows, all the music, all the fashion, or celebrities and people that people look up to, we don't see nothing like we don't see any real successful relationships. Or we see some, but it's very few. We always see,
that's
I got a lot of these, or I got a lot of these, I got options, I got this and that. I can drop whoever and go to whoever I want and do this, do that. So that gives people like that subconscious feeling like, okay, like, well, I look up to this person and this is what they're doing, so let me do this too. So now you're not even out of your beliefs, or you're not even being genuine, because you portraying something else that you're seeing, and you seeing them put on this image or getting the BBL and wearing the makeup all the time. So now you're doing it because you're trying to fit
contagious.
In. Yeah, you're trying to keep up
with the Joneses. Yeah. From an old term saying.
And like, where did our self-respect go? Because just like I'm saying, just like
just about to say that.
Nick Cannon, like Nick Cannon got 10 babies by what? 8 different females.
He got 12 babies, something like that. As long as he can take care of them, he's doing his thing.
No.